Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Bunga in at the 3, the small forward. Clock at 6. Here's Harrison. Three-pointer, no good. Here's Jones. Out left to the wing. Here's Bunga. Pass to Ntilikina. Goes up and lays it in, nice and easy.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
They get it back. Here's Maladon. Launches a 3. Here's Harrison. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. The 3. The rebound by Harrison. Here's Laverne. Gets the 3 to fall.
A huge sigh of relief. 1 for 5 now. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here.
I almost can't believe what I saw. Incredible.
I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. Tipped away. Pass to Maladon. Here's Harrison. To the inside. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Now here's Jones. On the wing, Jones. Fires from deep. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Harrison, the pass to Maladon. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Pass to Jones. Here's Ntilikina. Bunga, pass to Ntilikina. Here's Bunga. From deep three-point land. Over to the wing. Here's Ntilikina. Here's Jones. The rebound by Harrison.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track. He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now here's Jones. This one for 3. Rebounded by Ajinça.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good. It's so tough to defend threes on the break, but you gotta find a way.
Here's Bunga. Still without a bucket. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. Pass to Maladon. Here's Harrison. The 3 is up. Connects from downtown. Harrison's got 8.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
On the wing, Jones. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Ajinça. Jones has gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. To the wing on the left. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ajinça sinks the tray.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Jones from outside. Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5, looking shaky out there.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to Harrison. The 3. He got it up. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. They lead by 7. And quarter number. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Pokuševski, the pass to Washington. 3-pointer. They grab their own miss. Here's Lee. He's guarded by Washington. Lee misses. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Back to Pokuševski. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
And that's a clever foul choice. I mean, cuts off the dunk and sends him to the strike.
He hits the second from the line. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. For 3. It's hauled in by Pokuševski.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. It's stolen. Here's Lee. 3-pointer in transition. Lee's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Poke loose. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's DeColo. Takes the 3. Jackson outside. Lee on the wing. Fires the 3. Knocks down the triple. Lee's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Back to Washington. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Jackson.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
For 3, and he buries his first look.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Here's DeColo. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. DeColo's gone 1 for 4 from distance. Over to the left wing. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the half. Pass to Lee. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Lets it go from the wing. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Here's DeColo. And he gets it to go. Now 2 of 6 in the game. 1:24 left in the half. Here's Lundberg. Defended by Jackson. Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. 6 points for him. Here's DeColo. He's got 5. From downtown. And in 7 attempts, he's drained 3.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Out to the wing. Here's Lundberg. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. It's Pokuševski on the wing. 6 to shoot. Launches it from deep. It's tipped. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
The visitors with the ball. 8-point game. The 3 from Washington. Hits the three-pointer. Washington's got 5.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the 3-ball more consistently like they are now should help them do it.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Harrison, no good.
Well, he's just not himself right now. He's getting decent opportunities like this one, but just failing to convert.
The 3-ball. Knocks it down from distance.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Washington outside. Good if it goes. He knocks it down. But wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review this one. Well, these teams are going to have to.
After the review,
And see if he got it off in time.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus. It looked like he got it off in time, though.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. They're up by 6. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The visiting team, 27. Make some noise and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
They've controlled the pace, and it's been fast. Getting out in the open court and scoring before the defense could get set.
Says the Jet. Now let's change gear. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's Ntilikina. We've got Teo Maledon, and it's Schofield in at the 4. Stripped away. And it's Ntilikina in at the point guard position. Schofield passes to Maledon. Off target from three-point range.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Bonga. And so the ball out of bounds. Jones touched it last on Sunday, and then on Tuesday. Here's Maledon. Pass to Ajinça. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
First team foul.
And he drops the first.
2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. Here's Ntilikina. Jones feels it out. Here's Bonga. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Schofield. Here's Ajinça. He drops it from range. Ajinça's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
From deep. And Jones good for 3.
Man, oh man, that's just absurd range. He can pull it up and hit it from just about anywhere.
Here's Harrison. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Harrison's got 14.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Here's Ntilikina. Can't get it to drop.
Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here. Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Back to Jones. Right side Jones. Takes a 3. Offensive board. Pass to Ldlc. Puts up a 3. Milan grabs the miss. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, the NBA draft is now split over 2 days. Commissioner Adam Silver said second-round picks have become increasingly important, and this allows teams more time between those picks, as well as a chance to reassess after the first round. Also, given the level of interest, it merited primetime coverage and exposure.
All right, Allie, thank you. It's been a hit.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Here's Harrison, defended by Jones. And there's the screen. Launches it. Unable to get that one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
To the right side. From deep, it's deflected. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
The visitors with the ball. They trail by 9. Here's Bonga, defended by Jackson. Let's go with a 3. Sinks it from distance. Bonga's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 1:50 left in the third quarter. Here's DeColo. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
They get it again. Pass to Ldlc. Here's Bonga. Outside Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Bonga. Pass to Jones. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's DeColo. Defended by Jones. There's the triple. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got his 4th rebound in this one. Unloads. Jones misses.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Here's Lee. Jones grabs the board. Lee's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Here's Ldlc. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. These are his first free throws of the game.
At the line for the away team, Frank Ldlc.
The first one falls. Hits both from the stripe. Here's Lee. 6 points for him. Beyond the arc. Can't get that one to go. Now 4 for 10. DeColo's gone 4 of 10 here. Drains the triple. He's got 9.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Out to the right wing. 23 seconds left in the third. Pass to Lee. Lets the 3 fly. Counted from distance. Lee's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line in this one. First one falls for him.
Frank Ldlc at the line for 2.
And he can't hit the second. Pokashevsky, the pass to Ldlc from behind the arc. The shot won't fall. Here's DeColo. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Leading by 6. All right, we're going to step aside. And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. To the middle, to the left wing. Fires for three. The rebound by Lundberg.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Here's Pokuševski. Offensive rebound. There's the three. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Here's Lee. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Pass to Lundberg. Good work there as it goes.
With a tough road ahead, they worked hard to get a good shot.
Here's Lee. And so they foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Lets it fly. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. About a minute and a half into the fourth now. Here's Lundberg. Jacks up a three. Drills it from deep.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Right wing. There's a screen. From outside the arc. Drops in the three.
Making his mark from long range today. That's his second triple of the half, his fifth overall.
Washington outside. The three is up. And it's Lee with the rebound. Washington's gone just 1 for 4 from deep. And the three-pointer goes.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those.
Here's Lundberg. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Washington. And they're pushing it up from the arc. Lee misses. Lee's gotten 3 of his 8 shots to go. To the wing, right side. Launches a 3 on target from range.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
Fires the 3. Hits the trifecta.
And it's even more satisfying when you answer with a 3, and it looks like they're putting the game out of reach.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Up top, Pokuševski. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point land. Ooh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And the first of 3, missing that time. That's a tough one to miss. He's got 2 more chances now. He makes the second free throw, and that trims the lead to 6. And he nails the third.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
Here's Lee. He's guarded by Washington. Lee, the pass to Harrison. Pass to Lee. Here's Harrison. The 3 ball. That shot is off. 52 seconds left in the game. Another shot. Here's Lundberg. Money. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Pass to Harrison. Wide open look. The steal.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Big-time bucket to put them in front. Now they've got to put everything into their D and come up with a big stop.
Here's Harrison. Oh, bangs home the three.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Oh, it goes! He beat the buzzer!
The NBA never ceases to amaze me.
Thank you, everyone.
The winner at the buzzer. It doesn't get any better.
Unreal. What?
Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Palmaro's shot is off. Here's Harrison. Fires the three. Traps in the tray.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Outside Mirotic. There's the triple. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Harrison. Takes a three. Right wing. Goes back up. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Harrison's got 5 now.
Well, great decision to kick it out. Trust that your teammate will knock down the shot.
There's the pick. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Ajinça. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. From deep. Good on the triple.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Harrison. Pass to Schofield. Fires the three. The shot by Harrison, no good. Harrison's gone 2 for 5 tonight. Shields, covered by Ajinça. Lets the three fly. Schofield grabs the board. Here's the break. From past the arc. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Always eager to shoot the three, and on the fast break, he knows it's going to be there for him.
Into the lane, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one. Here's the three. Rebounded by Balmoro. Shields, covered by Ajinça. Mirotic, the pass to Balmoro. Shot clock at 6. Outside Mirotic. A three-pointer, no good. Harrison scanning the floor. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harrison's got 11.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Outside Mirotic. The three. No good there.
just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Harrison, and he's good on the three ball. 14 points for him.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Now, here's Ajinça. He has yet to score. The three. That shot, no good. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. When I asked him how hard it is to game plan for Paul George, he just chuckled. He said he's one of the hardest guys in the league to guard. I really challenged our team to make sure we're communicating whenever he has the ball. It will be, as always, a team-first approach to slowing down PG-13. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Now, here is Mirotic. Mirotic, the screen. Shields, covered by Ajinça. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range. And it's all knotted up.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Here's Harrison. 14 points for him. Here's the screen from the arc. That shot off the mark. And so the first quarter comes to a close. Both teams scoring well, but it's all tied up. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
They got Jackson. And it's Lee in at the point. Here's Cozier, guarded by Jackson. Here's McCormick. The shot. Rebounded by Jackson.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
We've got Lee, and it's Jackson in at the three slot. Pass to Enjai. Lee outside. That three off the mark. Knocked away. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Brooks. Shoots from 14. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. DeColo passes to Lee. Good on the three-point shot. Lee's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. DeColo passes to Enjai. Here's Lee outside. They get it back, and Enjai kicks to DeColo. Lee outside, and the three ball is good. Lee's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
They grab their own miss. It's blocked. And they're moving it up. DeColo dishes to Enjai. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. There's the pick. Pass to DeColo. Three-pointer. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
When the defense totally lost track of him, he punishes them with a three-pointer. That's a bad decision.
Brooks against Lee. To stop the drought. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. 10 points separating the teams.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's DeColo. It's good from long range. DeColo's got 9 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Beyond the arc. Here's McCormick. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And DeColo kicks to Enja. On the wing, Lee. Brooks covering to the left wing. Lee against Brooks. Pass to Enja. There's a good screen. And that one's good. DeColo's got 12 now in this quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Outside Jackson. There's the three to the paint. Stolen. From downtown, sinks the triple. 44 seconds left now here in the second. This one for three. As to DeColo. Puts up a three. Doesn't go that time. Lee against Brooks. Three-pointer. Oh, what a finish with the reverse dunk.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Here's DeColo. Shoots the three. Got a piece of it. And they get it back. And so we conclude the first half. They're up by 9. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome, everybody.
So they've got some firepower coming off that bench, man. And not just complimentary scorers. We're talking about primary options.
Which makes this club really difficult to... And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Here's Harrison. Paladon is out there with Harrison. And it's Laverne in at the pivot, manning the middle. Schofield passes to Harrison. The tray. He can't get that one to fall.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Jacks up a three. Out to the right wing. And here we go. Here's Laverne. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Shields. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 14. Picked his pocket. Pass to Mirotic. Fires for three. They get it again. From outside the arc, bangs home the trifecta. Mirotic has got 6.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Here's Harrison. No good with the triple.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun. Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
And here's Mirotic from beyond the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. It's a tie ball game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The shot by Harrison, no good. Now here is Mirotic. Defense right on him. Mirotic, the screen. Shields. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 19.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Here's Harrison. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
He tore it up from downtown in the first half. Now hits this one. Dangerous shooter, guys.
To the wing on the left. Now here is Mirotic. 9 points in the game so far. Clock at 6. Mirotic, the screen. A 3 ball. The shot, no good. And here's the fast break.
Away team foul. Number 32. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Harrison, who's got 19.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
That bucket in no time at all.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
1:37 left to play in the third. Pass to Milan. Lets it go with the 3. The 3-pointer is right on target. Harrison's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Inside. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Shields, covered by Aginsa. 51 seconds left in the third. Shields. And that one ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. And you take a look at this home team. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
When you look at this visiting team, they're kind of in a little bit of a holding pattern early on, trying to find answers to a few questions, but overall playing a solid brand of basketball.
And a wide open look for Lee. Cans it from downtown. Lee's got 9.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Cozier, still without a basket. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Fast break, here they come. And that one's good, DeColo.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
From outside, off the mark. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Up 4. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Jackson, and it's DeColo in it too.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Pass to DeColo. For 3. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. And there's the foul. It'll go on Lee. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
They set the pick. Here's DeColo. Nailed from three-point land.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Brooks with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. No good. Shot missing.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Over to the left wing. Cuts off the pass. Releases. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. There's Lee with the 3. It's not going to go for him.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
They set the pick. Here's Quizair. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. On the wing, Jackson. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line.
First team foul. At the line for your home team, Jackson. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Jackson.
Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Pass to Lee. Here's DeColo. For the 3. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 out of 12 now.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Shields. Lets it go from deep. That's down the hash. Now it's 1 more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting.
2 minutes remaining.
That's a 2 from Lee. Great look there, but off target.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Shields. Oh, and they take the lead. He's got 27.
That's an important shot right there, guys. I mean, he's produced from deep all game long.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
Oh, they give it up and then get the lead right back. 2 triples back-to-back. And the momentum swing in this game is ridiculous.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
It's good. DeColo's got 8 here in the quarter.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their #1 option on every possession.
Here's Here's Miritich. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys. And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Shot clock at 5. Pass to Laverne. Here's Njai. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time. And they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. To the left side wing. Shields. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so they get the victory here at home. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continue.
TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We're bringing it to you live. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. The three is up. They get it back out to the right wing. Here's Balmaro, defended by Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the pick. Goes back up. Jones with the block. Pass to Bonga. Back to Jones. Here's Bonga. Balmaro grabs the board. And now just over a minute played here in the first. They get the rebound. Here's Mirotic. Soft touch off the glass.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Jones feels it out. Pass to Bonga. Back to Jones. Here's Bonga. Lets it fly. And he buries that one. Back rim and in.
Drew the defense and made the proper read, hitting his teammates on the perimeter.
Here's Mirotic. No good on the triple.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Jones from outside. Pure from three-point range.
The transition 3. It's part of the new NBA, and when he's taking them, it's a great shot.
And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Here's Ntilikina. And the layup falls.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Looking to end the run. He buries it from 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now here's Jones. Not a lot of room. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. To the right side. There's the screen. 3-pointer. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Bonga. That 3's off the mark.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Pass to Mirotic. Inside. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Give him 8.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Jones in the post. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Jones. There's the triple. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Jones. He has 6. Pass to Ntilikina. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Balmaro, defended by Jones. Here's Mirotic, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
26 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Jones from outside. And it's Mirotic with the rebound. 3-point spread on the scoreboard. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. And at last, they get one to fall. The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. Up 5. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Now here's Washington.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact. And one thing they've done well is take care of the ball. That's their first turnover of the game.
Brooks against Washington. The drive by Brooks. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Now here's Pokashevsky. Launches it. McCormick with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Top of the key. Second chance shot. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Let's go with a three. He can't get it to go. There's the three. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Pass to Lundberg. Shot to stop the run. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And here's Pokashevsky. Puts up a three. Sends it home from three-point land. Pokashevsky's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Brooks outside. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Brooks has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And it's Washington missing. Brooks, right side. Five to shoot. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Lundberg. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Can't connect from long distance. A minute 50 left in the first half of this one. Fires in the triple.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Brooks against Washington. Brooks left side. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Pokashevsky. Lets the 3 fly. McCormick with a rebound.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical. Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Brooks has gone 4 for 6 from the floor here tonight. 55 seconds left to play in the second quarter. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, that was nasty. A 2-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Here's the 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Brooks defending. 30 seconds left in the second. From deep. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And there's a pick. The 3-pointer off the mark. Beyond the arc. That shot off. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. They're up by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
You take a look at the visitors. They're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the seeding,
I gotta see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel to do it? I agree.
thanks for tuning in. Now we head back.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Here's Ldlc, and it's Ldlc in at the 1. Here's Jones, and that one is stuffed right through.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Pass to Mirotic. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Jones from outside. No good on the shot.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Nails it from 3. He's got 13.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
Pass to Bonga. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And it's good for 2. Ldlc's got 6 points.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Here's Mirotic. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Here's Bonga. Pass to Ldlc. Here's Bonga. Takes the 3. Here's Ldlc. Lets it fly from 18. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Bonga's got his second bucket of the night.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
Fires from deep. Kept alive. Defended by Jones. Here's Mirotic. And he goes in for the dunk.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Jones misses. Jones has gone 2 of 5 tonight. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Oh, my goodness. How about that? And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. From behind the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. Jones has got his third basket on the night right there.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Three-pointer. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. That one falls. Ldlc's got 8.
They're being put to the test, and he's doing everything he can to keep them in this game.
Pass to Mirotic. They set the screen. Out to the right wing. For 3. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Outside Jones. Here's Ldlc. Back to Jones. Jones sets a screen. From outside the arc. Jones misses.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Defended by Jones. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slams.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
From downtown. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 13. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Brooks against Washington. And it's Brooks missing. Pass to Lundberg. Now Pokashevsky. The 3. McCormick with a rebound. McCormick's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Powerful.
Oh, yes. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Here's Lundberg. The offensive rebound. Here's Pokashevsky. Tries to keep it alive. From outside, off the mark.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
They set the pick. The 3. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Knocks down the long J.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
The quick look, no good that time.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Pass to Brooks. The shot from 20 feet out. Missed it. 4 for 8 in the contest. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Washington's shot is good. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The three is up. Pure from three-point range.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
Here's Lundberg. No good with a jumper from the wing. Brooks from outside. This one for 3. And another shot. Over to the wing. Here's McCormick. Hits the three-pointer. McCormick's got 5 points now this quarter.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
The three from Washington hits the trifecta.
And this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Lundberg. Off target from outside.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brooks from outside. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Pokashevsky. Brooks has got 4 shots to go in 12 attempts. Washington, a good look. Oh, drains the 19-footer. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Brooks. Jacks up a 3. That one no good. Fires for 3. Doesn't go that time. For 3. He drops it from range.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The 3 from Washington. It's not going to go for him. Fires away from way outside. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed.
Live coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. A happy Sunday evening to you and yours. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Laverne. Aladan is out there with Harrison, and it's Ajinça in at the small forward. On the basket by Jones.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it will be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Here's Harrison. Pass to Schofield. And here's Laverne. 6 on the shot clock. Schofield passes to Harrison. Unga pulls it in. About a minute played so far here in the first. Off target at the rim. They're running. Launches a three. And it's Ajinça missing. Davies kicks to Jones. Here's Ldlc. Defended by Laverne. Ldlc gets the bucket.
Ldlc can make some noise around the rim at that size.
Here's Harrison. And a little luck that time, but it drops. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Ldlc. Here's Bunga. No good on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Schofield. Back to Laverne. Here's Harrison. Here's Milan. Hits the three-point bomb. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Davies kicks to Ldlc. Davies, the pass to Bonga. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Pass to Milan. And here's Ajinça. Launches it. Bonga pulls it in. Here's Davies. Outside, Jones. Here's Davies. It's Jones on the wing. For the three. Can't hit that one. Here's Harrison. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Harrison's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Ldlc. Drills it from outside. Ldlc's got 5 now.
I like the decision to just rise up and fire. Ldlc showing confident play there.
And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Harrison.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
And it's Ajinça missing. Ldlc looking it over. Laverne grabs the miss.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And that one's good, Harrison.
Have to get out on him. He'll burn you from there repeatedly.
Harrison's gone 1 of 3 from three-point land. Outside, Jones. Jones sets the pick for Jones. Out to the right wing. Here's Ldlc. Outside, Jones. No good from outside.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Harrison. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harrison's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Jones kicks to Ldlc. Bonga, the pass to Ldlc. Out to the wing. One-on-one fast break. Here's Milan. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Jones for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 6 points. Here's Ajinça. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. They lead by a bucket. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We've got Lee. Jackson is out there with Black. And it's DeCola in at the 2.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Number 24.
Now Pokuševski. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Pokuševski's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about the 7-footer out there knocking down threes? Poku from distance.
They've got Black. He's out there with Jackson. And it's Njai in at the 5 down low. Pass to Washington. Here's Lundberg. Back to Washington. From outside the arc. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Black grabs the board. And DeColo kicks to Jackson. Pulls up from the corner. That shot off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Pakusevsky. Three-pointer. And Lee pulls it down.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And that one's good, DeColo. DeColo's got his second basket of the night.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Going inside. Here's Lundberg. He gets that one. Lundberg's got his first points of the game.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Here's DeColo. 5 points in the game. Beyond the arc. He's off on that one. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Washington. Here's Lundberg for three. No good on that one. And even 3-on-3 break. Lee outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Pass to Pakusevsky. From past the arc. Drains the three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
DeColo's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Lee against Washington. Hit the shot, and it's all evened up.
Now, say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Here's DeColo. Pakusevsky grabs the miss.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
There's the three. And that one's good, DeColo. DeColo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Washington against Lee. Pass to Lundberg. Out left to the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Lets the three fly. The rebound by Enjar.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Here's DeColo. Offline with his three.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Goes up again, and the layup is up and in.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second-chance points.
Lee outside, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Leading by just 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
Guys, I want to talk about something else for just a second. Is it me, or have the alternative jerseys around the league gotten a little...
Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can quiet a hostile crowd, Shaq.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Schofield. No scoring in this one. Ldlc out there with Jones. Then it's Jones. And it's Bonga in at the small forward. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. Right side, Jones. Pushing it up. Here's Harrison. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harrison's got 11 points.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
This one for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Ldlc sensing when one of his guys was not covered, and then he found him.
Pass to Harrison. They set the pick. The tray. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt. He's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Jones for three. Offensive rebound. Davies kicks to Jones. Connects from three-point range. Jones has got his third basket of the night.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Harrison. There's the triple. Trains the three-pointer. Harrison's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Away team foul. Asvel Schofield. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bonga. Rebounded by Ajinça. Ajinça's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Schofield. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And here's the break. Puts up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Schofield's got 5 points in the quarter.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Looking to end the run. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here's the 3. Pass to Laverne. Here's Schofield, defended by Jones. Here's Schofield, 6 to shoot. They set the screen. Here's Harrison. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. So the wing on the left. Bonga, the pass to Jones.
2 minutes.
Screen by Jones. Here's Bonga, covered by Ajinça. Bonga, no good.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Here's Harrison. Off target from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Out to the wing. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Harrison's got 20 points.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Jones finds Jones. Chalk up 2 there.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's Harrison. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Davies. The 3. Jones, the pass to Bonga. Here's Ldlc. They get the rebound. Lets it go with the 3. Kicks it out to Jones. There's the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Over in the corner, Ajinça. Hits it from three-point range. Ajinça's got 5.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They're pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Harrison passes to Schofield. From downtown, and the three ball is good. Harrison's got 15 points here in the second half. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 14, and we're just moments away. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Black is out there with Jackson, and it's Lee in at the point. Pass to DeColo.
Home team foul. Lundberg. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Njai. From the arc.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Lundberg. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
DeColo can't get it to go.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Back to Pokuševski. Launches from deep. That one no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Jackson in the corner. Pass to Black. And Njai kicks to DeColo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Njai. Out to Lee. Fires for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Washington passes to Pokuševski. The 3. Rebounded by Jackson.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Washington. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. Lets it go from deep. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Lee. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Njai. Here's DeColo. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. DeColo's got 6 points in the quarter. Back to Washington. Jacks up a 3. And it's DeColo with the rebound. Washington's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Here's Lee outside. That shot missing. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
And the length that Pokuševski has out there will give defenses a lot of problems like that.
He hits the second from the line. And he makes all 3. 1:32 left in the game. Lee against Washington. Over to the left wing. Here's Harrison. Akusevsky grabs the miss. Picked off in midair. And a wide open look for Lee. Akusevsky grabs the miss. Lee's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. To the left wing. Finds himself wide open and drills it. 44 seconds left in the fourth. Takes a three. No good on the shot. Now, here's Washington. Shoots the three. Traps in the tray. Here's DeCola. From deep three-point land. Lundberg grabs the rebound.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And so the road team gets the W in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound.
right, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the point guard position. On target from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And he hits the jumper. Here's Harrison. Takes a three. Knocks it down from distance. Harrison's got 6.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
From behind the arc. He can't get that one to fall.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Pass to Ajinça. Here's Harrison. He's got 6. Five on the clock. Here's Maladon with some arc, and he sinks the layup.
Showing off with the floater game. Not a shot you can swat.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Balmaro. Puts up a deep 3. And he can't get that one. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
With the drive.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
Here's Harrison. Oh, and he missed the J after tricking the D with a nifty pass fake. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
The 3. And it's Mirotic with the rebound. And here comes the break. Here's Balmaro. No good with a layup. Here's Maladon. There's the triple. Out to the wing. Here's Harrison. Kept alive. Puts up a deep 3. And he misses the shot again. Only 2 of 7 in this one. Harrison's gone 2 of 7. Struggling a bit. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
Willing passers. Unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
From outside the arc. Oh, he drilled it. He's shooting 3 for 8 from the floor.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Here's Mirotic. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. He's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Maladon. He takes it in. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Maladon's got his 2nd basket of the night. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Away team ball. Substitution on the court.
50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Takes the 3. Sinks it from distance. Harrison's got 12.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
Brooks from outside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Pass to Harrison. Jacks up a 3. That shot missing.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Six to shoot. For three. No good there. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. They're up by 1, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Fires in the triple.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
From the arc. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. Already 7 lead changes. These teams are really going after each other.
It's been a brutal game to play, but a fun one to watch.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Here's DeColo. Gets the 3 to fall. DeColo's got 6 points in the quarter.
They're unafraid to let it rip from downtown, extending their lead.
Three-pointer Brooks sends it home from three-point land. Brooks has gone 2 for 3 from the field. Pass to Jackson. Here's DeColo. The 3. Another miss. He's 2 for 4. Fast break. Here we go. Brooks outside. 4-3. Can't get it to go. 2 for 4 thus far. Here's DeColo. And a miss there on the triple. DeColo's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. On the wing, Brooks. 6 points for him. They get it back. From downtown. And it's Lee with the rebound.
This has not been his best quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's DeColo. Shot is good off the back rim and in. DeColo's got 8.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
Brooks outside. Pass to McCormick. Now here's Brooks.
2 minutes remaining.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Defended by Jackson. The score now all even. He has 6. 1:50 left in the second period. The 3 ball. Buries it from 3.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
3-pointer. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Team foul.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he makes all 3.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's DeColo. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. DeColo's got 13 points in this quarter.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
1:11 left to play in the first half. The three is up. Outside for Brooks. Fires for three. And it's Lee with the rebound.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
A nice shot by Schofield.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Lee from deep. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. And that one's on target from the wing.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
It could go. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Leading by 3. And we'll return shortly.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shot.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Here's Harrison. Pulls it. No good there, off the double clutch.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the 1.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Puts up a 3. Not going to go that time. Ball stolen. And they're on the break. Right wing. The 3 is up. Drops in the 3. Harrison's got 15.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Here's the 3. And the three-pointer goes.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
He shoots it. Can't nail the jumper.
Just 1 for 4 from the field. Not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Here's Mirotic. And he hits it to tie the game. He's got 9.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
It's a one-on-one situation. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's Laverne. They need this. To the wing, right side. Launches a 3. Harrison with the bucket.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed to the paint. Here's Mirotic. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Ajinça.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
They set a pick. Here's Harrison. Connects. The jumper drops. Harrison's got 20. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. Maladon grabs a miss.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Let's go with a three. The shot no good. Here's Balmaro. Still no points. Misses the corner three.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Here's Laverne. Fires from deep. Can't hit that one. Sinks the tray.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Harrison. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
Harrison's got 11 here in the quarter alone. 1:07 left in the third quarter here. Lets it go. And that's good for 2. 9 points in the game. 55 seconds left in the third. Here's Laverne. Here's Harrison. 23 points in the game. Five on the clock. Here's Maladon. Here's Ajinça. They get it back. Pass to Inja. There's the three. And the basket by Ajinça. 24 seconds left in the third. Here's Mirotic. Fires the three. Drills it from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Harrison to the middle. Here's Ajinça. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. They lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short. Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Brooks outside, looking to get it going. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
3-pointer off the mark.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. Sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. That one goes. Count it.
Oh, he'll wear you down with the way he grinds it out on the offensive glass.
Here's DeColo. Connects from downtown.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Launches it. That one is off. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Pass to Lee. Takes the 13-footer. Good on the shot.
Defenses nowadays try to protect the rim and the three-point line, so the mid-range is usually available.
They can't stop the run with that one.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Here's DeColo. Right wing. This one for three. Drains the triple. DeColo's got 8 here in this quarter.
Looks like they're gaining some confidence here in crunch time.
You can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Here's Mirotic. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
Tipped. Pass to Jackson. Here's DeColo. Fires the three. The shot off that time. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Here's Lee. Brooks defending. Beyond the arc. They got the rebound.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. On the break. Here's DeColo. Counted from distance.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Lets the three fly. The shot misses. Pass to Lee. Here's Laverne. Fires from way outside. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did.
And happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. We've got the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Jones. Jones is out there with Ldlc, and it's Bonga in at the 3 spot.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ldlc spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Shields. Oh, good on the 3. Now Jones. Pass to Bonga. From deep. Good on the 3-point shot.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
There's the screen. Shields. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. No keep possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Sinks the triple. So it's the visitors now. Left side, Jones. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Pass to Mirotic. A 3-ball. Davies grabs the miss. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's Bonga. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bonga's got his second bucket tonight.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
The ball goes to the away team.
Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking them.
Six on the shot clock. Pass to Davies. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Well, come on, guys. Did you really think they'd shoot 100% for the game?
A 3 for Mirotic. Davies grabs the miss. Mirotic has gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Fires from deep. They get it back. Jones kicks to Jones. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 5.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
To stop the run. Can't get it to fall. He's missed the second after making his first. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Shields. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Davies. This one for 3. Jones, no luck. Outside Mirotic. .116 left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Jones. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
Man, this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Plays it up off the glass.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jones against Mirotic. With the drive, and Mirotic throws it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Jones drives in, banked in off the glass. Jones has got 9.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. There's a screen. Shields. And the 3 off target. Here's Bonga. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. They lead by 9. And will. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Pakusevski with the bucket.
Yeah, such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Count that one. Driving to the basket. 2 points. That one goes. Lundberg's got his first points of the night. Brooks feeling it out a bit. It's deflected. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Washington. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Brooks. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Cozier. To the inside. Off on the layup. Washington against Brooks. Pass to Pakusevski. On Tuesday. And then on Thursday.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
So he gets them both. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin, and there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, it doesn't feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all. And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Lundberg shot's good. Lundberg's got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Takes the three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Washington. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pakusevski, and he's good on the three ball. Pakusevski's got 8 points.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
Here's Cozier.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Misses the jumper.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
A minute 50 left to play here in the second quarter. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. That's the latest, David.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Now, here's Washington. Pass to Lundberg.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
First team foul.
.40 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Cozier. Pass to McCormick. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And here's Brooks from outside. That one's not going to go. That'll do it for the first half. They lead by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
39. Please direct your attention to center court.
You know me, I'm a stickler for rating these competitions. If I seen your dunk before, bad score.
And let's move on now to that first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the home team.
They couldn't.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
So starting the second half, here's who Phil Jackson has on the floor. We've got Ldlc. He's out there with Jones, and it's Davies in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Bonga hits the bucket.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Shields. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
And they should just stay with what they've been doing.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Davies misses. Davies has gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Bomar, defended by Jones. They set the screen. Oh, he misses the dunk. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Puts up a deep 3. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Shields. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Jones, no luck.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Here's Bomar. Kept alive. Shields. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. He's got 8.
And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Bonga, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's good for 2.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
On the basket by Jones.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Mirotic's shot is off.
2 minutes.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Here's Jones, and it's Jones finishing it off.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go. Maybe it is showtime.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Jones kicks to Ldlc. 5 on the clock. Pass to Davies from the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Davies has got 5.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Jacks up a 3. That's tipped, and that's going to be out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
There's 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Shields. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the third. The shot, no good. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Mirotic, the screen. Gets it off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up by 10. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Washington against Brooks. From downtown. Cans it from downtown.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Brooks against Washington. Pass to Lundberg. Drives to the hoop. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Brooks for 3. Offensive rebound. Takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
They set the pick. 5 to shoot. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
Substitution for your home team. Mirotic. Shields.
And so here's the home team. 6-point game. Mirotic's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Pass to Washington. Okrzewski with the ball. Buries it down low.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Brooks, the pass to Mirotic. Fires the 3.
Out of bounds. The ball goes to the away team.
Washington with it. There's the drive. Puts it up. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Three-pointer. No good that time. Washington inside. Brooks covering. Good on the bucket.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Looking to get back on track here. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Sweet little floater.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Substitution on the court.
Brooks outside. Over to the wing. To the left side wing. There's the screen. Shields. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Jones kicks to Ldlc. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Mirotic. 1:11 left in the 4th quarter. 6 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. No good. Here's Davies. Left side, Jones. From outside the arc. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Shields. And it's off from 3-point range. Davies, the pass to Ldlc. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Fires from way outside. The shot will not fall. So it's a victory for the road team in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very...